Okay, so we're at the point of putting our substrate in, and what I've done here is I'm kind of juicing this one up a little bit rather than just kind of trusting the fish waste. I'm also kind of doing giving it a double dose by fertilizing the growing media that we're going to be putting the plants in. So it's just kind of like a double whammy sort of thing. Doesn't work out too well in some of the flood and drain type things, but this one is a constant height. It's like a constant overflow thing, so it doesn't really get disturbed all that much. So this actually can work out really well. All I've done so far is I just put some Osmocote Plus um, capsules. I've just taken them, and I'm just taking these little Osmocote pellets, and I put them across the substrate and just very sparsely, like just maybe one in every 2 or 3 inches. There's just a couple of them down there, and it's just one little extra little booster. And then I've got this here, which is just a mixture that I put together of clay, and it's got clay, Epsom salt, which is magnesium, and I'm actually out of calcium right now, so it's gonna have to do without on the calcium. But I've got potash in here, and there's some rock dust, which is azomite is in there also, and then some mycorrhiza fungus, which is supposed to help with the. It's a type of symbiotic fungus that is used in hydroponics and also terrestrial gardening, and basically this fungus works symbiotically with plant roots, and it basically uses the plant roots for itself, but then in turn it like helps the plant roots absorption rate, so they actually take up fertilizers better and they grow better in turn. So it's a good relationship between the two. So I'm trying my best to encourage that sort of thing to kind of help things get going. It's found naturally in some places, and a lot of times they found it just in terrestrial and aquatic places in nature, so it's not something all that out of the ordinary. Uh, and what I've done is just kind of dusted the bottom of it. I just gave a light dusting, although it just completely covered it with this mixture, as you can see on both of these. That one's still got a little bit of the oil dry or safety sorb in it, so but that's not really a big deal that it's in there, so it's not going to hurt anything. And I'm putting a bunch of it on top of it anyway. So I've got some mineralized soil that we've mineralized, and I promise guys I will have this stuff up for sale soon. It's just been raining so much that I've not been able to screen this stuff, and like this one in particular has not been screened, so it's very chunky, and I'm not selling it all chunky like that. I really would rather screen it out first. I like getting it to where it's like a really fine consistency. It's a lot easier to work with, and there's less surprises in it. So I'm just putting down a thin layer of this also. This soil is mineralized, and it's a really high quality potting soil. So rather than the standard 1 inch or whatever that most recipes call for, I really only suggest to put down like a 1/4 inch of this stuff whenever you're putting it in a tank or whatever, because you don't really need all that much. And the less that you put in there, the easier it'll be to work with. Like, it'll make less of a mess when you pull something up, and it also creates less anaerobic areas and all that because you're not working with as deep of a substrate. So yeah, I'm just putting this stuff around all the way around the bottoms of these, and I'm making a mess. And I think this will actually help out a lot with the plant growth. I mean, it's not really true aquaponics, because true aquaponics pretty much relies on fish waste and with a little kickstart, but basically it kind of relies on the fish waste for growth, and I'm cool with that. But I just wanted to see how big of a difference I can make by putting in some fertilized soil and making it a little bit more plant friendly rather than the traditional way of doing it. So we got it in there just like that, and then I'm just going to kind of spread it out a little bit, And I'm going to go ahead and get the media